Hello and welcome back everyone to another episode of Just Juett. This is your host Jared, recording for the guys at brainstormbrewery.com. I'm also part of Team Better Magic. You can find us streaming at twitch.tv/bettermagic. That's all one word. I'm bringing you another Dragons of Tarkir 8-4. So let's get to it and see how we can do today. Okay, so this is a very interesting pack. So we've got a Din Protector, which is an interesting way to get all your big and splashy cards back in the late game, or just a great attacker in the early game. So this card's super versatile. So I'm going to reserve it for now. I know a lot of the guys on Channel Fireball just kind of eschew green in this format. They literally just will not pick any of it unless they have to. I don't know if that strategy is correct. I actually like green a lot better than most people. The other things that are interesting in this pack, I mean, it is, of course, interesting to note that we're going to be passing some more pretty decent green stuff, so we might not even wheel anything back, which could make our next pick like Butcher's Glee, Sarkhan's Rage, or Pacifism, which all of these I think are decent first picks. This is one of the best red commons in the format, but we're going to take this Din Protector and be pretty happy and try to leave ourselves open. Okay, so I really like green-red in this format. Green-white I think is pretty underpowered, even though it's one of the main draft archetypes that was developed specifically for this format. No clue why they made it as underpowered as I think it actually is, but uh, that was WotC doing their own thing. But in this pack, what we're looking at, let's see. So if we want to stick in green, we could pick a Conifer Strider, which is super uninteresting. We could also just take this Swift Warkite and see if we can just move in, just kind of abandon this pick because the Swift Warkite I think might just be stronger than taking wasting a pick kind of here on a Conifer Strider. Pacifism's okay in this format. It's probably one of the worst formats it's ever for pacifism, honestly. And again, I really don't want to be in green-white if I don't have to be. Sarkhan's Rage is one of the best red commons. Passing another Butcher's Glee. You know what? We're gonna take the Swift Warkite here and see if we can move in. You don't ever have to be beholden to your first pick, and you probably shouldn't. If there's one thing you can learn here is not to be beholden to this first pick. Although it looks, the way these packs are going down, that we are going to be taking a white or a green card here. Ojutai's Breath is also okay, but then we'd be in 4 colors of Magic, and I don't want to do that. Dromica Monument is okay, but it doesn't necessarily help us like splash a Din Protector if we want to just be on the Swift Warkite plan. So this isn't something I'm necessarily interested in at this phase. And if we're going green-white anyways, I'd rather take an Anok Artillerist or a Mist of Kirin. Kolagon's Forerunners is a really weird card, right? Because it's an star 3 where star is equal to the number of creatures you control. Whereas if you're in the dash deck, then you're just dashing this dude through, then you probably don't have that many guys that are living on the battlefield long enough for this guy to get big anyways, which is super weird. Like the design of this card is really weird. I think, you know what though, I'm going to take it here over a Mist of Kirin or an Anok Artillerist because I want to try to build this deck. Both these cards are fine in the Din Protector deck, but we're going to be happy with a Kolagon Forerunners and a Swift Warkite in our deck anyways. Interesting. So, like I said, the green-white deck is still open. Ojutai Interceptor is fantastic blue card, so I don't really know why this card's still here. So the people in front of us might not be playing blue, or they might just be having insane blue decks, but probably not insane blue-black decks because there's still some decent stuff coming to us. So no clue there. The green's kind of dried up except for the Segmented Growtick is fine. It's not super exciting, but it's a fine card. Sarkhan's Rage is good here. In this dash deck is just a way better version of Lava Axe that can help end the game if you don't have 2 life. I'm gonna take a Butcher's Glee here over. I really want to make this deck work because I've drafted the green-white deck plenty of times and I'm not super excited about it. So yeah, we're gonna try to make this deck work. Yeah, wow, this is crazy. So, man, so if we have this kind of green pick here, we could actually make the green-red deck work, which is, I think, is one of my favorite decks in the entire format. Epic Confrontation is awesome here. Tail Slash is almost as good. It just depends on the cards, the creatures you have on the battlefield. Smaller creatures tend to wear Epic Confrontation better, and bigger creatures obviously wear Tail Slash better. But hmm. So the the pick that doesn't let us play red black, kind of if we go with it and we go a little bit deeper, is Epic Confrontation. The pick that lets us stay a little bit open to both decks if more green comes around is Tail Slash. So I'm going to take the Tail Slash for that very reason. Kolaghan Stormsinger is okay in this deck too, but I'd rather have removal right now. And Shambling Goblin will probably wheel. I don't care about these two dragons. So okay, wow, interesting. So Dragonlore's Prerogative is actually a fine draw spell, like at the top of your curve in a blue deck in this format. But again, we've seen some better blue stuff go past us too, so that's super interesting. So Vulturous Aven isn't even that good, like in the dash deck. It's really good in the exploit deck. This deck not as much, but it is the best card in the pack, so I'm gonna take it here. Yeah, it looks like we are abandoning the green-red plan or the green-white plan, which is totally fine because there wasn't even any good red in this pack anyways. So I'd rather take a black card in the two colors we know we can play right now. Oof. Two Epic Confrontations going around, and a Tretapon still in this pack. So, man, so the red-green deck might still be a thing. Let's try to make the red-black deck work, though. Because red, I know we're playing for sure. Green, not necessarily. I could take this Evolving Wilds to splash a Den Protector, which is super-duper cute. Which might just be the pick here, because if we take Conifer Strider, then we're saying we might take some more green picks, but we pass two Epic Confrontations, so this is a tough pick. So it's either Conifer Strider, try to get back on track with this, because we really only have, well, we have three green cards, or three black cards, four red cards, one green card. Now we're going to take the Evolving Wilds and be able to splash bombs. Fascinating. So, a Guardian Shield Bearer is still here. Dutiful Attendant is also a pretty darn good card. I don't know if I want two Butcher's Glees at this point over a creature, because I think I can get more. They're super good, but I think I can get more of these than I could a Dutiful Attendant. We're going to take a Dutiful Attendant here. Oof. Yeah, I think we should have probably been red-green in this seat so far. But that aside, we're just going to build the deck that we're currently in and see how it goes. Ugh, all these cards are bad. We'll take a Loose Calm here. Steal this. Oh, I'll play that card too. This is one of the worst dragons, but it's fine. The Lifelink's probably the only actually good one. Death Touch one is pretty good. This one's the next best one, and then the Trample one makes no sense. So, okay. Interesting deck so far. I probably will splash this Den Protector off of Evolving Wilds because I think it actually gives us a lot of value in this deck. Because a lot of our little stuff kind of attacks in and dies anyways, and we can get some of it back. And this recurs our stuff too. So we're playing all the cards we picked pretty much except for these two last picks. So not sad about that. So if we would have played the if we would have played the green, oh man, the green-red deck, we'd only be up like a Conifer Strider instead of a Lose Calm, and one Epic Slash or Epic Confrontation instead of a Tail Slash over a Dutiful Attendant, I think. So it's not bad. It's just not super interesting. Jeez. So the green in this pack is really good. A Target Beast Breaker is great. Bowmasters is great. Dromoka's Gift is fantastic. Bloodshed Fanatic is not that good, I think. Like, what can we even sacrifice? We could sacrifice, like, this is, target player loses X life and you gain X life, where X is sacrifice creature's power. So if we do that to a Dutiful Attendant, we drain them for, like, 1 and get a card back to our hand. That's not super interesting, right? Although Deadly Wanderings is really good in this deck. But I don't think it's something I want to go all in on right now over just, like, a Reckless Imp. I know that this is the most boring pick I could take here, but I think it's safer to have a creature that can attack than an enchantment we're going to have to play around. I'm passing some truly insane green in that last pack. But there's no guarantee that it's going to be open here from here on out. So we'd rather take the colors that we know we're going to play. So here we're going to take a Bloodshed Rager for sure. We need some more warriors, but this is definitely the pick here. Colosseum Yearling is really good against our deck. Everything else here is kind of bad in our deck. Illusory Gains is a cute card in blue, but Blitchin' Rager, it is. Oh. Fascinating. Okay, so... Ojutai's Command is awesome. It's not worth anything, so I'm not going to take it here. But the blue-white deck that gets it is going to be kind of happy. I think it's a Sprinting Warbrute here for sure, because he just attacks through stuff in our deck. Vulturous Haven, again, is fine. I'd rather have a Vulturous Haven and a Sprinting Warbrute than two Vulturous Havens at this point. And I can get rid of a Lose Calm, maybe. But I'm going to take it. Passing like a Conifer Strider and a Gurmag Drowner that are cards of note in this deck, or in that pack. Sweet. Okay. I'll take a Hand of Silumgar for sure. This Orc Berserker 2-3 guy is actually pretty bad. Everything else in this pack is not that good. Hopefully Rending Volley comes around. We can grab it. Someone's probably going to grab it before it gets back to us. But everything else in this pack we can beat. So, sweet. Huh. Okay, so for the uncommons, there's two Hosers. Surge of Righteousness wrecks our deck, but we don't steal it because we don't have to. We could play a Butcher. It's not wonderful in the deck that just wants to do a bunch of damage early, but it helps the dashers that you need to just play as guys eventually. It helps kind of clean them up off the board and clear out their side of the board as well. So I'm pretty okay with this. So the question is Hardened Berserker better than a Kolaghan Skirmisher? I think I'm going to take the Skirmisher here because we have a Bloodshin Rager already and he's a warrior, so it makes this guy really hard to block. It's just a little bit more synergistic in our deck than this Hardened Berserker, which can do some cool stuff, but really the best thing for him to even do is to like attack and then we play a Vulturous or Aven or something, because like Lose Calm and all the dash guys we want to play before combat. So Skirmisher it is, passing up a Scion. I don't really want to play Scion in this deck. Like, if it comes back around, we might play it, but this is really the top of our curve. Wish this dude was a warrior. That'd be sweet. I think Moraine River Skeleton is not great in this deck. Sunbringer's Touch can actually be a blowout, so I'm going to steal it here because I really don't care about anything else in this pack. Really don't need a Kindled Fury. Mind Rot's okay in this deck. I have a feeling we'll be able to see another one. And I don't have to play one. Like, I don't care about it enough to just get rid of this bum. And at the same time, we're getting rid of this Den Protector because a deck is coming together for us. We'll take an easy coat with Venom here. It's a really good combat trick. Oh, and we got the Deadly Wanderings. I really want to play this card. So, I'm actually happy about that. What beats us? Nothing. This guy, sort of. No one's going to play this. Wandering Tomb Shell beats us, but I don't think anyone's going to play it either. We'll play this. We'll take this Negate. I don't really care. Jeez. A 0-4, a 5-1. We'll just keep stealing the green cards. I'm not sad about that. We might play one Grave Purge, I guess. Maybe. I've actually never played this card, but I think this is the one deck where it might be okay, especially if you have a Deadly Wanderings on board. A Grave Purge is insane. I'm going to take Naturalize. Actually, yeah, Grave Purge gets super good with this card. We might be able to defend it in our deck. Need some removal. Basically, we have like, ooh, this goes here. We basically have like a Butcher's Glee and a Tail Slash. And sort of a Butcher-ish. So, we'll figure it out. Dude, this guy has a pole through his entire body. And like, I think his legs are made up of other bodies. Which is super gruesome. So we have 19 actual cards here. Okay. Whoa, this is an interesting pick. Wow, so there are three really high impact cards for us here. Mastery of the Unseen is insane against us, but an Orc Sure Shot, a Vault Breaker, and a Bathen Dragonfire. And this Typhoid Rats is something we're not sad about either, but man, I think we need more creatures, so it's a Vault Breaker or Sure Shot, but passing a Bane and Dragonfire kind of blows. Vault Breaker's pretty good in our deck. This card's also really good in our deck. Is it as good as a Vault Breaker, though? With like a Deadly Wanderings. That's fascinating. Like Orc Sure Shot and Deadly Wanderings is kind of a non-bow. I think Orc Sure Shot has more upside than Vault Breaker, though. This is a really tough pick. I'm going to go with Sure Shot here. Because returning stuff with Warkite makes Sure Shot good. There's so many dashes make Sure Shot insane. We have so many things we can do. I think it's slightly better than Vault Breaker here. But let's make it happen. Ooh, what? Okay, Splant Form's insane. Aven Surveyor's insane. Everything else in this pack is okay. Typhoid Rats is okay, but this is a pretty easy Gurmag Angler for us. Well, we don't want two Anglers. I know that for sure. But do we want... Ugh, I think Alicia's Vanguard is the worst of the worst. I think I'd rather just have a 4-1 in the form of a Gorswine. Okay. This is super interesting. So Hungering Yeti's not good in our deck, although I would like it to be. This card's sweet. This card beats us. This card sucks. Hooded Assassin I don't think is what we want to do here. Does that mean the pick is Rune Mark, really? I mean, maybe. Maybe this is a card we play in our 16 creature deck. Sure. Okay, sweet. Emissary is actually a really good pick here. Passing up a second Gorswine for us. Frontier Mastodons were really good. Lotus Path Djinn is insane. Warscale Dragon, pretty good. They're better dragons, but it's pretty much the best you can get in the Fate packs. That isn't rare. Yeah, this is an easy Emissary, though. Oh, okay. This pick just got crazy. So, Storming Dragon's here. Marshalka's here. Is Shockmaw Dragon better than a Timur Battle Rage in our deck? That is a question I do not have the answer to. Because I think Battle Rage is actually pretty okay in this deck. Like, it's a good way to finish them off, but a lot of stuff there's stuff that doesn't stick on our board either. Yeah, it's got to be a higher impact later in the game card, probably. Okay, so none of these picks matter. I really don't want to play a Hooded Assassin. I really just don't. So I'll take the strongest card in the pack, which is either Wandering Champion or like a Frontier Mastodon or Grim Contest. I don't think anyone's playing black-green, but so it's Frontier Mastodon or Wandering Champion. I'll take the uncommon. Ooh. This is super interesting. So Return of the Earth is good. I don't think we want to play a Fierce Invocation. We could play a Rage Form over a Loose Calm, and I'm really not upset about that. Sweet. Get in here, Typhoid Rats. So we don't play this. I mean, we could. We will play Evolving Wilds in 2-color deck. Why not? But so we have we have 26 cards. I'd like to get down to a 17-card deck in the Dash deck, or a 17-mana deck in the Dash deck. So we need to get rid of 3 cards, which means getting rid of Rune Mark. What has the least impact? Grave Purge. And now this is going to be the tough one. I think Wanderings is actually something we do want in our deck. Do I have enough 2-drops to where I don't care about this? Dude's not even a warrior. Yeah, I don't really care about this guy. I'll steal a Crew Shot. Is Reckless Attendant bad in our deck? Like, is it worse than this? See, he's a warrior too, right? Yeah, so I think it is just worse than a Marshal because we have places to put our mana later on in the as the game progresses. So, okay, I think this is correct. I will be glad to hear your opinions on it once we get there, but I think this is the deck. Looks pretty normal. Nothing super splashy. We do have an Orc Sure Shot, which I like a lot with most of these cards. Um, and I really want Deadly Wanderings to work for us. I want to see if this can do some sweet stuff. Ooh, I might. If we're like super confident and get to the like match 3, game 3, I might just play this just to see if it is fun because I haven't played with it yet. So, but then again, like I cut Grave Purge from our deck, so I probably this is just strictly worse. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we do have 2 dragons. How do we lose? There are plenty of ways we can lose because we do not have enough removal in this deck. And that pick where we had to take, where we had to pass a Bathe in Dragonfire in favor of a Sure Shot was pretty weird. And it didn't come back, so um, I don't know. Let's see if we can get there. I think this deck is pretty susceptible to losing to bombs. Like in the mid to late game, no question. Like this is just an efficient deck that does its thing. Someone want to play Pilgrim of the Fires, then more power to him. We'll take a Crucible here. We'll take the removal spell, take the thing that gives something it does touch, and this doesn't matter. But yeah, we for sure lose to like a decent bomb because we don't have any. But yeah, I like this deck so far. I think this looks super fun. And this double red and double black here, I don't think matters as much in our deck because we actually got an Evolving Wilds when it was a free pick, essentially. So I'm actually really happy about that. Stormwing Dragon is probably the worst card in our deck, I think. But that's okay. We'll make it happen. 17 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 16, so it's probably going to give us like 10 and 5 here. 9 and 7, okay. Okay, sure. We have an Evolving Wilds. I'm not sad about that. Oh, I'm bad at math too. So, let's see if is there anything that I'm missing that I would rather have in. I don't think so. Like Runemark could make it for sure. It probably will make it in if we know we can be aggressive against a control deck. This might come in. If we're head to head against like the green red deck that's just resolving huge green guys, we'll bring in Lose Calm. Otherwise, I think we're good. So I'm gonna ship it like this, and we will see you guys in match 1. Thank you for watching.